Go ahead, one more time. Come on, God. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
I'm going to tell you one thing before I go. There's going to be a time and place when your oppressor, that is oppressing you right now, they are going to be extinct. They are going to be under your foot.
That's right.
And what we need to do is our job, what the Lord requires of us. It's not an option, but it is an order. So we have to get it done. Either way, the Most High is going to make sure that this happens. You feel me? So at the end of the day, our oppressor is going to be under. He is not going to win this battle that we are fighting. I pray you. It's my time.
Young, but y'all spirit is heavy. So for you, all right, your name is no longer going to be what it is in the world, but your name is going to be YAHANNA, which means one that looks forward. You are always looking forward. You are always looking for the next venture. And that is going to take you very far in life because you never look to the past. You're always looking to the future. You're always moving forward. So your name is going to be one who looks forward. YAHANNA.
YAHANNA. Can you say that?
YAHANNA. Yeah. All right.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. You are going to be a comfort and a consolation to so many people because of your loving spirit. You want people to be good. So when people are going through these turmoil, to help them, you're going to help them by the love that you give. So you are no longer going to be called what you were called in the world, but your name will be Nakama.
Nakama. Give him a hand.
Show me your hands. I will not ask again. Keep your hands up.
Yahweh Shemal Atham by Shem Yahweh Shai, priest and officer of 1,000, Sharatazah Halak, out here in OCAP, Haiti, man, OCAP, Haitian. You understand? We out here and we're doing some interviews, man. We're going to talk to our people, our Haitian brothers and sisters. We got Trooper Taza Dewan out here, man. Met up with the brother, solid brother. You understand? Solid trooper. And we just out here about to put in some work, man. All right? And, all right? Shalom.
You don't. You go ahead. You want to put the oil? You can.
I want it. That's why.
Of course. Of course. All right. So these brothers is going to repeat after me. All right. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Wayashamarka.
Wayashamarka.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Punyawa.
Punyawa.
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Wayakunka.
Wayakunka.
Yasha Yahweh.
Yasha Yahweh.
Punyawa.
Punyawa.
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Wayashamlika.
Wayashamlika.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Magun. Magun. You got to say your name.
Makawar.
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 Makawar. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
The water Amon.
The water Amon.
And what we said was, this is what I said. It said, Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious upon thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless, heal, shield, and protect. That's what we said.
All right. So now we got the water. We got another young man that's coming up, young man Ant.
Damn right. Damn right. That's crazy.
Okay, so you're no longer going to be called or known as Young Man Ant. You are now going to be called, your name is now going to be called Lahum. That means to fight. That's a hard name, and I'm going to tell you, because, yeah, you call 2, 3, and 30 in the morning, man. That brother is fighting. You always fighting, and you always in the midst of that. Right. So, look, you taking this name, you're a trooper now, all right? It's time. Once again, I'm going to give you the same thing. Look, it ain't no more late. We can't be late. You late, man. You late on the Lord. All right? Everything that we do in the ISUPK.
Something clicked. I'm glad it clicked. I'm glad that it clicked and it turned y'all into the men that y'all want to become. Servants of the Lord.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Ready to fight, ready to give it all for your people. You understand? And y'all coming with the right spirit to keep it up. Don't let it change. And don't let nobody come around here, no Christian, nobody. You know what I'm saying? Not of your mama, not of your daddy, none of them. Aunt, grandmother, don't let them change your mind.
Damn right. No.
We'll get this brother right. Anointing. See, he a brother. He know who to bite and who not to bite. Boy, he's crazy.
All right. That's it.
You got it? Hold on. I think I got it on my phone. Give me 1 second. I got you, brother. These brothers are going to repeat after me, and then when you're prompted, you just repeat your name 3 times, okay? All right. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Wayashamar.
Wayashamar.
Yar Yahweh.
Yar Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Alyaka.
Ayaka.
Wayakunka.
Wayakunka.
Yashar Yahweh.
Yashar Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Alyaka.
Ayaka.
Wayashamlika.
Wayasham.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashem.
Bashem.
Yahweh
Yahweh.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
Laham.
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 Laham. Bashem Yahushai,
Yahushai,
the water Aman.
The water Aman.
And of course, what I said was Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance unto thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, bless, heal, shield, and protect.
All right.
There's one west. 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 There's one west.
Exactly. This Trump country. All right, bro. So let me ask you how much you head this way.
Fuck the fake news, because they fake as fuck. They showing themselves, they're holding themselves every motherfucking day. Love you guys, but you need to do more and more to understand what the fuck going on out here. I love that for you guys. Thank you, brother.
There's one west. 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 There's one west.
The white man. You understand? Every oppressor in this earth makes money off the back of your slavery. Right. You understand? They take your money and it goes within their neighborhoods over 20 times before it even leaves. Ask me how long does the Black, Hispanic, and Native American dollar stay in the community? Not even an hour, man. Right. Because by the time you step home, you giving your money to another nation. When you go to a gas station to get gas, you giving your money to another nation. Hell, you don't even have your own water supply. How can you say you free and everything that you get is from an oppressor? Everything that you get is from a foreign nation. You produce nothing, but you are the biggest commodity. We have $1 trillion buying power, you understand? But we are the biggest slaves in America. The only way that we get our independence is what I'm voting for, a revolutionary black man by the name of Yahawashi Mashiach, man. And all he is called for is for his people to turn back to their wisdom in the sight of the nations, man. Stop voting for slavery. Matter of fact, give me
Give me Isaiah 30 and 1, and this is gonna be my last scripture. You have to stop voting like what the brother brought out earlier was so heavy. If you continue to do the same thing over and over again, it's insanity. You understand? Kamala, they asked Kamala Harris a direct question. They asked her, what do you plan to do for the black community? You know what her answer was? She said, anything we do for all communities will benefit black people. You understand? Anything that we do for all the nations will benefit black people. But when they asked her about the situation in Israel, she pledged to donate $1 billion to Israel to help with their military, to help with their infrastructure, to help with their hospitals. You understand? They do not care about what happens in the barrios, in the hoods, and in the ghetto, man. Read.
What's this? What the hell is this? Who the hell let somebody on my field? This holy ground. 1969 we broke this dirt. Oh yeah. The hell is this? You mean to tell me somebody wants to be a Hebrew Israelite? What? What in the hell is going on?
How about Shimmy I was shot by the thumb?
How about Shimmy I was shot by the thumb? What's going on out here? Wait a minute. I decided to come up here. Be a Hebrew? What the heck is going on, man?
What's good?
Dirt has been around for Israel since 1969. The 401 West was there. We were around the corner on 5th Avenue. It was called the Tanakh Temple or something. After Abba Bivens, can y'all hear me? Okay. Here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is that better saying? I'm louder than the horn, ain't I? 1, 2. All right. Give it a second. Can y'all hear me down there? Yeah. So, after Abba Bivens got killed, we came around the corner to 1 West 125th Street, which is a block and a half from here. This is in the 60s. Since that time, this park has been the park where we trained and rose up men to God that went all over the earth with this word. These were special men that sacrificed to come into this work and do something real and not fake. Back then, they caught hell from the Muslims. They caught hell from the Christians. They caught hell from the Hyri Christians. They caught hell from the Ansar Allah community, whoever the hell they were. Dr. York, for those of you that might know. Every black religion came up against them, but they persevered. And I'm glad they persevered, because in 1984, I got off the 6th train on Lexington Avenue, walked up these blocks, and walked inside 1 West 125th Street. At the time, the classroom had 20 chairs. That was it. 20 seats. And guess how many seats was filled? 5. I was number 5. I came up in there and sat down in that class, and the first thing the instructor told me, step back, step out my way, thank you. The first thing that the instructor told me, he said, before you say anything, young man, he said, ask me any question you want. I guarantee you I'm going to answer it tonight. I laughed at it. I thought it was fun. And then I started asking him questions and more questions and questions after that and even more complicated questions about God, about the angels, about the stars, the sky, the land, and most importantly, about Jesus. Was he real? Was he fake? What? And them brothers answered every single question I had. And you know what I found out? I found out I was in the truth. That's what I found out. That's what I found out. I found out that I was in the truth. I hope you know that you found your way into this truth, into this brotherhood, into this body. Because this ain't a body for losers, man. Right, right. Any man that quits on something he stands on that's based on brotherhood, you was never a brother. Give me the scripture on what did Paul say? It was evident they was never with us. Right. You step up on my field like I stepped on it 40 years ago. Step up on there and make sure you done decided. Give me some space. Make sure you done decided to do something for the Lord and not yourself for as long as it takes to bring Christ's kingdom in. Right. We don't want no suckers in here, man. Right. We don't want no cowards in here. Right. We don't want no double-minded men. We need real men of God to step onto this dirt and to bring this dirt what it always been asking for. Prophets of God. Right. We went in, we started training, and ever since that day, we've been coming out here year after year after year after year, and now you here. Two scriptures I got for you. First, I want a couple of things, if I could. Y'all better egg me on because you know, the longer I talk, the more you get the rest. Because you know it's coming after I get done. I better hear, yeah, I might get tired of like, oh, they don't want to hear this. Where's Zion at? Zion, step up. I don't know much about this cat, but I've been impressed by it. Turn around. I've been impressed by this cat right here. How many years you did in the military? 19 years. 19 years in the military. And when did you retire? 2020. 2020? And how did you retire? With honors? How come? Because your ass left the goddamn military. You left the military because you found the Most High. And you decided to of the military in the trash for a chance at doing what Moses did and so many others before him. That's right. Satan always will offer you the greater of his kingdom if you turn your back on the Most High. But if you stand with the Most High, what will Christ give you? Congratulations, warrior. You made the best choice to be made. Because of it, you brothers get to enjoy his help and so many other men's help. Where's Cap McCard at? Yeah? Oh, man. Need I say more? Cap McCard came in here, man, a young man. I was in D.C. by myself. Was I by myself that day, Kai? I was sitting in D.C. I think the camp had went out.
I don't know you. I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General YAHANNA, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he made man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
You don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
Yeah. What's going on, Israel? ISUPK.com is the website. I'm Commander General YAHANNA. I got the helm. I'm in the building with the heavy hitters. General Muhammad in the building. Give it up. Yeah. General Maka Allah in the building. Give it up. General Hazayan in the building. Give it up. Yeah. Officer Marah, Officer Yediah, Officer Ibad, holding us down as usual. Doing an amazing job up in here. Y'all should be coming up here to the show. We got so much. We got treats and drinks and juices and all kind of little things going on up here in the show. Let me get up with y'all as well, and we can get the ball started. You said you starting with story number 1?
Come.
Let's get it on, all right? With the first story.
Con, sir. KKK distributes anti-Haitian flyers in Springfield, sparking outrage across social media.
That's heavy. Give us some more if you don't mind.
Con, sir. Reports of the Ku Klux Klan distributing flyers spreading anti-Haitian sentiments in Springfield, Ohio, are sparking outrage online. On Saturday, Noah Leonard, a reporter with the magazine Mother Jones, shared the terrifying flyer that the hate organization is currently handing out. Springfield has currently been the subject of bomb threats and panic thanks to unsubstantiated rumors regarding Haitian migrants.
Outside, we'll get it later. Can I get coconut, please? Thank you.
I don't know how to get it there.
That's all right. I'll take it the normal way. Thank you. I'll take a shot too. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all, come on, let's get into it. I'm getting locked in, fam. I'm getting locked in. All right. I mean, this is the usual. It's so dirty what they doing to the Levites, the so-called Haitians, all for Donald Trump to get in the White House. Not that I'm for Kamala Harris at all, but it's kind of foul that they would throw us, but I ain't surprised. Remember how many of y'all, I don't know if y'all remember the Willie Horton story that Bush 1 did.
Yeah,
where he brought out how he got out of jail and murdered somebody. And at that time, we was the big enemy. The big enemy was black people. Meanwhile, this cat was the head of the CIA right after they were selling drugs all across America. But Willie Horton was in prison, and they made him out to be a full demon. And he did this, and they doing the same thing now with the Levites. Like, you ain't got no choice in this election. Either you get your babies killed in the abortion clinics, or you get the white supremacists to sit up and rule over you. These people are monsters, man. And why shouldn't we look for a new king and a new kingdom? Like, anybody still trying to invest and think about this kingdom is blind as hell. You should be looking for the new kingdom. You should be figuring out where the Christians went wrong at. And they went wrong with finding their identity out on who we are. This is evil as hell. So now the Klan gonna come out, a bunch of punks gonna now come out and profess themselves, you understand, to be the defenders of America. Like America, and America is good at making themselves a victim. Just once again, if you study emotional abuse, you will understand America. If you study emotional abuse, you will understand America. America acts like they are a victim, like they are under attack. Like everybody just is jealous of their wealth and power and everything, but they're a good person. When that's a damn lie. When they are the predator.
They are the one that does the evil in this kingdom. And now you're going to attack these Levites. These Levites catching hell trying to get a new life. They over there, they done overthrew the president of the country. You understand? Didn't they have an earthquake over there a couple years back?
Yeah, come on.
While they was having the earthquake, now I don't know how true it is, but while they was having the earthquake, they was reporting that they were telling the Haitian women that they could get aid if they took the birth control. Like birth control, and that was under the water so much. And my understanding is that was under Hillary Clinton. Thank you so much. That was under Hillary Clinton. They was taking Haitian babies out the country like crazy. And now, here we are again. Here we are again. Give me a little bit more if you don't mind, unless y'all want to chime in, y'all please.
Come on.
Go ahead. Go ahead, you die. Salaki.
Khan Wakan have been the subject of bomb threats and panic thanks to unsubstantiated rumors regarding Haitian migrants stealing and eating residents' pets.
And man, dude, and any way we could pull up that TikTok that General Muhammad made over the Haitians, it was a clip, right? Didn't you do was it a clip? I know you did a class on it, but there was a clip that I thought I saw, where you was talking about, you know, how, where it was an interview with the Edomite who was trying to say he need more Haitians because of how hard they work. Right. Is that a clip? Who knows where that's at?
Somebody gave that to me.
Levi played it.
Levi, yeah. Somebody gave it. Somebody sent it to me.
Okay.
Oh man, for anybody that's out there listening, if you know that clip, somebody sent it to you and you played it on your show.
Right.
If somebody knows what show that is, find that show and fast forward to that segment, because that segment, brother, was heavy. Because what you did was you threw water on the propaganda and the poison. You understand? Mariah, you don't look for it. Let everybody else look for it. You just focus on what you're doing. If you don't mind, the water. Come on, y'all, Israel. Y'all out there. Come on, get with it. Give Mariah a hand here. Give us a hand here and get that video with Muhammad. I know y'all saw it. There's a whole lot of y'all trying to come up in the truth and deal with the truth. So come on, this is your time. Come on, give us a hand, help us out. Let us see what it is. Like, this is more propaganda against our brothers. Go ahead, give me a little bit more if you don't mind. That was a hell of a clip too. This Edomite was begging for more Levites to come work. He said they work hard. All the white boys is on fentanyl. The white boys is on fentanyl. You can't. They ain't got the labor force. The Chinese have rocked the labor force in America. And a lot of these things be attacks from foreign countries and you don't know about it. They ain't bringing it out. You got it?
Khan, sir.
Give me a little bit more.
Khan, foreigners and Haitians out. There is no place in America for this filth. We don't need more police. We need mass deportation. 1/4 of Springfield is already in poverty. Now $2 million is being used to care for these beasts of the field.
Did he call our brothers beasts of the field? Low-life piece of garbage. Call our brothers beasts of the field when meanwhile you enslaved us for 400 years. You did nothing. All your talk. How much money they gave to Ukraine? $260 billion. Ukraine got $260 billion while you let Haiti starve to death right off your coast. You let the French, who have no mercy on anybody, starve the Haitian people into the grave. Let me tell you 12 tribes something. You lost 12 tribes, boy. You better call on your Father in heaven. You better call on your Father in heaven, man, because the changing of the guard is coming. It is on its way. And that day, all of this abuse from these beasts is going to really stop. Give me a little bit more while y'all find it. Anybody find it and send it up? Nobody.
Send it to you right now.
You send it. Beautiful, beautiful. Big. Somebody I can shout out on it.
Yatazar.
Big shout out to Yatazar. Yatazar is the one that found it. You said anyway, right?
Sir.
Big shout out to Yatazar. Big shout out to General Muhammad for bringing it out, man.
Damn right, sir.
That shit was strong as hell. I wasn't in the room, but I heard it while it was playing. I heard it while I was playing. I said, boy, this is strong. Come on with it. Come on, you die. Hit me on some more of it. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. You know we ain't right in here. So many sisters have given us so many fancy cups and goblets. We still drinking out of these ghetto plastic cups. We out of order, man. I looked on my shelf. I got 20 mugs on my shelf, all kind of Israelite mugs. I'm gonna start bringing them in. I said, man, you still drinking out the plastic cup? Y'all ghetto as y'all can be. Go ahead, you done.
That was pretty much it on that clip. I do have a clip of the same JD Vance about how he did say that he made up those stories.
Come on with it, because I heard that too. He was on with Dana Bash, I think, and opened his big mouth. Trump and them probably furious with this guy, because he just spills anything out his damn mouth. Let's get some more on it, man. And let me tell you something. We have always been the excuse for them to abuse. And the Democrats want to do it just in a slime ball way. The Democrats don't want to come out and be racist against you. They just want to kill off your babies and tell you it's health care. You know what I mean? And make you feel better. Oh, it's health care. When all of it's evil. Go ahead, Doc, please. Y'all chime in anytime y'all get ready. Big shout out to Yara Dawn out in Chicago with these badass sweatshirts. I look good as shit in it. God damn it. Y'all should go get one. These badass sweat hoods. UBK, nigga university. Please, whatever. Let's play it. And you got the link that Muhammad, you got Muhammad's link in? No? Because you didn't get the link at all? No, you have the video of the one I was talking about earlier. Yes or no? This is it? Okay. No, okay. We'll do the Vance afterwards. Yeah, big shout out to Kazak Ahmad. He just sent it to me. If you need me to send it to you, I'll send it to you. Everybody needs to see this, man. And let me tell you something. You need to more than see this. You need to understand this clip that Muhammad is playing and how you got to wash off the propaganda off of the 12 tribes. And let me tell you something else too. And this is why the Christ called for all 12 tribes and how you can't separate them. Because if you cannot
tell me if there was some
implications for this enormous lie coming out of a vice president, the ex-president's mouth, then how can you expect the tribes to come to your rescue? Like these Edomites come to their own rescue. You see the clan out there, but we don't come to our rescue of the 12 lost tribes of the children of Israel. But it will happen because the Lord is going to raise them up. Let's go. Play this clip, man. Marah Salak.
Was there a story of white people in England starving so much that they begin to just eat all the cats in England? Or was it France? Someone look that up, all right? Keep playing this video. See me one more time. Go ahead.
Board for Sunday services is one of those new Haitian members.
Why Springfield?
Of all places. Merzus, with his wife and daughter, were among the first Haitian families to arrive here in 2018.
I got a decent job when I was in Haiti, and then to make a difficult decision to leave, it wasn't easy.
The reason they left is their home country is disintegrating. Protests and increasing violence in the Caribbean nation culminated in the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in 2021. Since then, the country spiraled. Armed gangs currently control 80% of the capital, Port-au-Prince. Merzus is one of the estimated 731,000 Haitian immigrants now living in the United States.
I got my brothers and sisters. My mother is still living there. I'm always thinking about my family in Haiti.
Because of that violence, the U.S. granted what's called temporary protected status to Haitians in the U.S. giving them limited time permission to live and work here. TPS was then expanded by the Biden administration. Mirzu says he came to Springfield for the same reason most Haitians did. He heard that housing was cheap and jobs were plentiful.
What started slowly, we had an application pool that was a little bit different.
The mic
People
is
coming to work
already
here,
in
people looking for jobs. What he's welding here again are welded axle components.
Jamie McGregor is the CEO of McGregor Metal, which makes welded parts for the auto and farm industries. Right now, about 10% of his workforce is Haitian, over 30 employees.
I wish I had 30 more. Our Haitian associates come to work every day. They don't have a job.
Get up and play that part again, huh? Just that part right there.
Currently control 80% of the capital, Port-au-Prince.
I don't know if you can catch it.
Mirzus is one of the estimated
The point is, let me get it real
731,000
quick.
Haitian
I'm come back
immigrants.
to it. The point is that Edomite said he wished he had 30 more. Let me tell you something, man. These Levites is a godsend to Middle America.
That's right.
They are godsend to the Middle American white people. He got a little manufacturing plant. They up in there running that shop. He said he wished he had 30 more.
Good.
He'd probably go down to Springfield and grab them off the streets. You could say what you want, but brother, the industry that Issachar created, both in the restaurant industry and especially in the landscaping and housing repair industries, is what get everybody survived off of that. Everybody survived. The prices doubled after they ran the Issacharites out. Prices on everything doubled, and the quality went to the toilet bowl. The quality went to hell after that. It's a godsend to them Edomites in Middle America, man. They over there got their little factories, and all their sons is on fentanyl dying out there.
Yep.
Dropping dead. Give me some more. Y'all want to chime in?
Yes, sir, if I could. Can I get Proverbs 1 and 22 real fast?
I'm gonna come back to both tapes too.
Yes, sir. Because it's such a lie and such a falsehood if you believe these so-called politicians and what they're telling you about the tribe of Levi, how they eat these animals and X, Y, Z. They ain't doing that. Let me tell you something. In the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community, y'all live with Levites, Haitians. You done been around them. You done seen them. You done dealt with them. You done talked with them. Y'all done lived together. And y'all all know this right here is a lie. It's propaganda. And then now you get on TV with a guy do a documentary and he say he wish he had 30 more. What's that telling you, man? Like, when we gonna stop with the simplicity, man, and stop being fools to kiss their behinds on the lies they teaching us, man? Give me Proverbs 1 and 22, brother. Come. Book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? That's you out there that's believing in these politicians, man. Like, y'all believing in what the politicians are saying. And we got another story that the general said, brought out, Commander YAHANNA, General Hyman, about how J.D. Vance said they making stories up. They lying. But you love it like it's real, like it really means something. Are you kidding me? Like, we got to learn how to stop the madness, man. How long are you going to be simple? Stop being simple because you want to take the love of another nation that destroying your nation now. Go ahead, brother. Keep on reading.
Sir.
No.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, listen, before you go back to it, I got to read ISUBK Cincinnati. First of all, man, big shout out to ISUBK Cincinnati. They went out there. They went out there. Once again, we're going to become the voice of smashing the propaganda bullshit. Here's what ISUBK Cincinnati said. Shalom, sir. Salakia. Brothers from Southern Ohio went out there this weekend to interview them. Those brothers were super kind and humble. They called us in the next day to make sure we got home safe. We got home okay. Come on, man. You understand? And I can guarantee you that they love the idea that somebody gave a damn about them. I know I would if I was in another country, barely speaking the language, and somebody as high as an ex-president slander me and all my people while I'm there. I mean, the blow that must have been on them. And also, man, big shout out to the whole Texas posse, you understand, down there in Texas, because they went across that border, you understand, to Acuna When the Haitians first arrived, them same ones that's in here now, they went and fed them and clothed them and gave them what they needed at the border. While the Texas, so-called Texas, whatever the hell they are, Border Patrol was out there whipping them while they were on horses and knocking their food out of their hand. Like, you've been cruel on the earth. You the richest empire in the world, and you can't stop your cruelty. And this is what happened to the Egyptian empire. Like, an abuser never stops their abuse, no matter how powerful their empire gets. Like, Haman wanted to slay Mordecai. He wanted to slay Mordecai. You were second to the throne. 129 provinces. What the hell else did he have to even think about? But that bastard was so selfish and so greedy for power and such an evil piece of garbage that the Lord had to destroy his ass. That's America. That's this place. This is how they are with. I've never seen them do anything that's supposedly good for us that is not abusive to us. It's not taking anything from us. Every promise Kamala Harris is giving, every promise Donald Trump is getting, it's got strings attached. It's got strings attached. And by the way, if you get to exterminate a people that's living underneath you, damn, anything you give them should be enough, shouldn't it? It's really their last supper. That broad get in office, you having your last supper. Okay, if you want to be real with it, right or wrong. Okay. What's the meal they give you when you're on death row? You about to be killed. Your last meal. Whatever she give you is your last meal, because your baby is going to die in an abortion clinic. So what the hell does, if she say I'm going to give every black family $1 million, what does it matter if you kill our babies off? Right. Does it even matter? But us, we like she gonna do something to fix our world. Brother, this is an evil thing being done in the empire. And brother, we supposed to be able to speak up freely about it. Big shout out to ISUBK Cincinnati. I yield, y'all.
Yeah. If I can, Christ, General Han. If I can, I want to piggyback off what the generals are saying and what General Haas brought out. That scripture, ye simple ones. Listen, Americans are fundamentally dumb. You understand? Citizens are dumb, most of them. You know, they simple. And politicians know it. And this is something that everybody knows, but they can't say because they need these dummies to get them in office. You know what I'm saying? They need these simpletons. That's why they can say anything. Yes. Anything, and it'd be totally wrong. And people listening to know, but what about that? That can't be right. But if they keep saying it, they simple enough to just swallow it.
That's right.
And that's that. Like Haas brought out, J.D. Vance said, listen, if I got to make up something to get attention to it, I'm going to do that. You know, Trump lied all the time. Everybody knows he's lying, and he's about to become president, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Kamala Harris lies. It's a whole thing. I just got to say they got her flip-flopping. You know what I'm saying? And every time they ask her, it's just, what she say? You know, it's what politicians say. They say, well, you said this before. Now you're saying that. Can you explain it? My values haven't changed. And they just say what they stand on now. They don't even bring up or talk about what they said before. And simple people on this earth, which most people are, just swallow it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a mess. It's like you living in the Twilight Zone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, please.
Damn right. Give it up to Jeremiah, always hitting it hard. DeAndre said, lying on the Levites and Esau been turning a blind eye to the real cat and dog eaters for decades. Listen, you said a mouthful. Because for sure, you got to check that Chinese food now. If you ain't never checked that Chinese food, you got to check that goddamn General Tso's chicken. Anything all wrapped up in the little marbles, you got to check all. Anything with no bones, you can't see what it is. You got to check it now because it ain't the Levites. Go ahead.
If I may, Commander General YAHANNA was so heavy and it just came to me. You know, Jeffrey Dahmer lived and unalived and ate a lot of black people in Ohio, sir.
Yes, he did. Something in that water out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They down there eating people, man. Sure. Oh, Jeffrey. Jeffrey drill a hole in your head, sit you on the couch, cook your hand in front of you. Your brain all mashed up.
Marinate you.
Yeah.
You smell it on the grill.
Yeah, man. And loved you. Jeffrey didn't hate you. He loved you.
That's right, sir.
Jeffrey said he didn't want to be lonely. He wanted, friendship and companionship. So he drill a hole in your head.
Yeah.
That's who eating them cats, man. Charging the Levites. All right, I don't want to drag on with this. We done with this one?
Yes, sir.
You got more on that tape, or we good, right? Y'all good on it?
Come on.
Was it more than he brought out the part where he said he wished he had 30 more. Like that's who was really running his factory. All right.
It's a lot better than how it normally is.
Right.
With their people, you
Yeah.
can't get nothing done.
Can't get
All
nothing.
the drug addicts. Sloppy.
Right. Sloppy, Joe. You're right. They doped up, strung out. You know what I mean? But you slandering the Lord's chosen people. And always the people on the bottom, which is why you got to call on the Father. Because it'll always be the people on the bottom. Let's get it in. Y'all let's get in. Do what you do, y'all. You got to call for it, right?
I'm saying 5 and 6.
Wait a minute. I don't see no. Am I missing something? Oh, I see. No. I was missing it. I didn't have all my I didn't have my stuff up in here. I see you typed it in. That was perfect. All right. Where we at? Where we at? Come on, y'all. If you want your number in, y'all getting slack on this. I'm gonna have to pull this back. I think number 6 went in, right? Do number 6.
What should you be called? Outraged mom sues Chicago area school after teacher allegedly calls 11-year-old girl the N-word, mocked her as mentally ill in front of the class. An outraged parent brought a federal civil rights lawsuit against a powerful school district on September 10th after learning her daughter allegedly was called the N-word and mentally ill by her math teacher a year ago. Amika Richardson says that Ellis Middle School in the Chicago suburb of Elgin, Illinois, violated her daughter's civil rights under state law in the title of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. She's bringing 6 charges against a female staff member in the school district, including violations of the Equal Educational Opportunity Act and intentional infliction of emotional distress, according to a lawsuit obtained by the Atlanta Black Star.
Go ahead, girl. Drop that lawsuit on her. Good for her. Rock their world with it. Like you move out of the city. Get me right on this. You move out the city. You go out to the suburbs of Chicago trying to get away from what's going on in Chicago. And you come to find out you putting your kid in school trying to give him a better education. And this rotten bastard who knows you struggle to get into that suburb, she go and slander and humiliate and beat the spirit out of your kid with her words. You white people are the devil the Bible speaks of. Like how you going, the woman struggling, getting out of the ghetto into the burbs, trying to put a child in a better school. And the worst you could do is harm and humiliate and attack her more. And see, white people think because black people are poor, they won't never do nothing about it. When it was good that she brought that lawsuit on. Now, what would be better is if we didn't have to go to the suburbs. What would be better is if we fix the ghetto.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I don't know if I ever told y'all this. I did a whole study on the gangs of Chicago. Specifically, the ones in O Block. And do you know that the entire gang wars that took place in that area started with Esau and the real estate? Esau created those gang wars. One day I ain't gonna go into it heavy out here on the show tonight. But Esau created those gang wars by moving the housing around in that city, promising black people a suburban style lifestyle, and then baiting and switching on them and totally messing up their communities. And of course, war started, which messed up everything. It was evil as hell, man. Evil as hell what they did to stir up all that. Now, I'm not excusing them brothers by no stretch of the imagination for the things that they may have done. But know this, that unless you resist the devil, you are never, ever going to be able to build yourself up if you don't resist this devil. A lot of what them brothers are caught up into is really based on the devil destroying their areas and provoking wars between them, putting them in situations that bring them to the brink. They created that, every bit of it. So I just want to add that to it. It's beautiful she's getting this lawsuit. Y'all chime in if y'all want.
If I could, sir. You know, in the same Chicago, remember they started closing schools?
Yep.
They started closing high schools, right? So now kids who now got to walk through a whole nother neighborhood that's gang infested, they get to high school now. They started closing all the schools. It made it even worse when I'm, going back and forth to school.
And worse in that some of the kids were children of gang members from one area.
Yep.
And now they got to go to school in another gang area. So you done took children of gang members and made them vulnerable to gang members in a whole nother area who know they being bussed in to this area. They created those wars. The gangs started fighting the white man who was coming down in the ghettos in the 60s. And it was robbing, murdering, kidnapping black people, namely black women. They were raping black women, and black men got together and had to stand up against it. And of course, out of that came everything. They poured the drugs in. Your life in this empire has been a lie, and you've been blamed for it every step of the way. It's beautiful she's suing them, man. You're a teacher. You done went to school, what, 4 years? How many years you go to school to become a teacher? 4 years in college. You go to school 4 years in college to become a teacher. You get up in front of a class. You got young minds, young impressionable minds that are set as your responsibility. But the opportunity to attack black people is just too delicious. The opportunity to harm one of us, to take revenge on us. These people, y'all don't know. I mean, we know, but I'm saying in general, we don't know. These people turn on the TV and see you on TV and hate you more. So when you get out there to them suburbs, they looking to take some form of revenge on you because to them, you did something to them when you don't even know them. But by being black and being in a horrible environment, somehow they're offended. An environment that they created, somehow they're offended. And somehow they got to get vengeance on your child. That's why that's why Christ got to separate us from them.
That's right, sir.
Like living under Esau's rule is like living under the Nazis. If you're a white Jew, it's like you got to live under the people who destroyed you and continue to do stuff to you, and you have to endlessly forgive them for hating you instead of being able to be strong against them. I applaud her for suing the shit out of them. Excuse my French. Salakia.
You die. Can I get Deuteronomy 28:50, brother? Because the Lord said this. The Lord said, a nation of fierce countenance, man. That's what she dealing with. That's the only kind of person who will make those comments to a young baby. You know what I mean? No matter if the baby's challenged or not, you still gonna make those comments? Like, where's your, don't they take an oath to be a teacher, if I ain't mistaken. Am I right, sir?
Yeah.
They got to take an oath to become a teacher.
And there's rules to it.
Yes, sir. So, but for you to make that comment, I mean, you got a fierce spirit about you, man. And the Lord spoke with this kind of person, in special to our oppressors. Deuteronomy 28:50, read. Go, Khan, sir. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 50.
Come on.
A nation of fierce countenance.
What?
A nation.
The whole group of people. Not just one. The whole nation do this here, man. And they all do it. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. Of fierce countenance.
They got a fierce spirit among them, man. Go ahead.
Khan, which shall not regard the person of the old.
They're not going to care about an old person, man. They ain't going to care about what's going on with you, man. History show you they don't care about the elderly.
amongst the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. They just don't. The history tells you that, man. No matter what you try to do and try to uphold, they show you all the time how they feel about us. Go ahead. Khan. Nor show favor to the young. Now, you may say, no, you're wrong. But we just doing a story right now where it says we right. You understand? Now, that story that we just talked about, that teacher, is backed up through the Bible. So who right, who wrong? When you caught up in your own selfish ways and what you want and what you think and how you feel, who's right? Are you right or is God's words right? I think I'm going to take the book that's been here for thousands of years, right, where it says it's not going to show favor to the young. She ain't show favor to that young girl. If she did, she would have held her peace and not said nothing and been sweet and kind and trying to work with the girl. Instead, you see what she said? And then they tried to hide it until it came out. They couldn't hide it no more. And they can't hide no more now. Hey, and I'm glad that how Commander YAHANNA said the mom now is suing them because that's the only thing they respect. When you touch their pockets, then they're going to stand up and look around. Till then, they'll keep doing what they want to do. They're not going to show favor to the old or to the young.
Like, and if I could, to add to what Haas is saying, like, give it a 5 slot. Right? Like what Haas is saying is heavy in this. Like, at this happening so many times in the United States, you would think now it would be a huge crime.
Yeah.
Like you can't even curse out a homosexual or it's a hate crime. Yep. You curse him out about his homosexuality. Am I right or wrong on that?
You're right, sir.
That's a hate crime.
Yes, sir.
But meanwhile, why hasn't this risen to the level of a hate crime that includes jail time? Once again, we got to be abused by these people, treated like garbage, lied on like our Levite brothers have been, and no recourse. We just got to go on accepting it over and over and over and over again until we dead. The Lord's day is coming. We done with that? All right, y'all voted on another one already or what? Drop it on
I think when they brought out number 5, they said they were saying number 6 was up there too. It was like kind of like 6 and 5 when we chose one. They were like one neck and neck, I think, sir.
Yeah, y'all like 5 too. Well, let's run. Oh, I see. It was a lot of 5s up there. What y'all want to do, Hebrews?
Your daddy just informed me they just arrested Puff Daddy 20 minutes ago.
Puff Daddy got arrested? I'm shocked. I'm surprised. I'm surprised they arrested him. So that'd be all over the news, huh?
Do you have the charge, your daddy?
Also, General, I got watermelon in the refrigerator if y'all like.
The water, I'll probably grab a piece. Hey, let me tell you something. If the allegations against Puff Daddy are true, thank God he's been arrested. Because that means he's destroyed thousands of brothers and sisters, probably tens of thousands, and damn near single-handedly created a community of raping and molesting and drugging women and beating the hell out of them, a culture that is not our culture. That's a white man's culture.
That's right.
That's not our culture. Our culture has always been to finesse a woman. That's our culture. We convince our women like with smooth butter, with our masculinity. Look at them Latin tribes. They do the dancing and talking. You understand? And all the tribes, that they got that style, except maybe Benjamin. Benjamin still grabbing her by the hair and dragging her in the back. I'm joking, of course. But that's our style. Our style has always been that. This beast style is different than ours. All right, what we going with, fam? What's the numbers? 20? 20 it is. Let's ride 20, y'all. So if that's the case, thank the Lord. Our babies are safe now. Thank God somebody arrested him. If the allegations are true. Say again.
Can we give that a number to Puff Daddy's story?
Yeah, we could. It's a breaking story. We could go into it. Want to hold 20 and go into this right quick? Okay. All right, hold 20. We'll do 20 right after, all right? 20 coming after, fam. Let's go do Puff Daddy.
And if I can, on the Puff Daddy, just
please, General, get in.
I know as I first came into the truth, I remember Commander General YAHANNA teaching all of us that in this place, in this truth, in the school, in the UPK, this is a place where you come in here, you might have been victimized, you might have been all type of stuff might have happened to you in the world. But in here, we learn how to not keep that going. We don't go and victimize and hurt others because we've been victimized in our life. In here, we learn how we've been victimized, and now we're gonna stand strong and prevent our people from being victims. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We break the chain. And I believe Puff Daddy was created by our oppressor.
Yes.
That's who created him.
They said there was a tunnel under his house to the Hugh Hefner mansion. I don't know how true it is, but that's what they said.
Okay.
You understand? And I would not be surprised. Jaguar Wright was that female. She was telling the truth the whole time. Like allegedly. If it's true, this cat has been a monster to the black community and is definitely being run by higher powers. Like he ain't do all that. He ain't mastermind that on his own. Somebody decided to put him in that position, and now here we are. Let's go to the story. However you want to deliver it, you die. We with you.
Conor Wakan, sir. Sean Combs, the music mogul, whose career has been upended by sexual assault lawsuits and a federal investigation, was arrested in Manhattan on Monday evening after a grand jury indicted him, according to a person familiar with the indictment who was not authorized to speak publicly. The charges in the indictment were not immediately clear. It says Sean Diddy Combs files motion to vacate $100 million default judgment into sexual assault lawsuit filed by inmate. The inmate Derek Lee Cardello Smith filed a lawsuit in June in which he alleged that he was in his 20s and had been sexually assaulted by Combs in a hotel party in 1997. Cardello alleges that he attended the party where Sean Combs groped his buttocks while Smith was engaged in sexual act with a woman. Smith also alleges that he passed out after he drank a glass of alcohol that Combs gave him. And he later awoke and he saw Sean Combs having sex with a woman, and he claimed Sean Combs told him, "I did this to you."
That's hell. If it's true, that is hell on earth. Like, go ahead, Joe.
Because he won a lawsuit for $100 million.
Right.
The court said it was true.
The courts agreed with him. It said the damn thing was true. Once again, that you wonder why, black people can't pull themselves up by their bootstrap, because you got people behind the scenes pulling the strings. Now, all this power, wealth, and money the so-called Jew has, he ain't know none of this was going on. He ain't know none of this he was oblivious to this. Billions of dollars trading hands, $1 million records, busting YouTube out the block, Spotify, all these music channels, billions crossing the game because of this industry. He's at the top running the record companies, and these Edomites don't know what's going on. And you tell me, General YAHANNA, you a racist. But you don't call that so-called Jew a racist who's making that music and putting it out and destroying us behind it. Why you never call him a racist? And look what he did. Do you believe that they would ever allow this to happen to white Jewish kids, to white Jewish teenagers? If there was a big Jewish music industry where Jewish people they don't have anything anyway. They don't do nothing but steal everything. They stole our identity, stole our culture, steal everything. Steal our music, steal everything. So they don't have no culture of their own. So if they happen to have one, if they had their own music industry, do you think they would allow a Puff Daddy to do what he does? They'd send Mossad agents in there and wipe him the hell out. But as long as it happens among us, it's fine. And this is why we need new leadership, righteous leadership, men of God to be in charge of our people, men of high moral standards that will stop this kind of activity and make sure that we get on the righteous path of the Lord. This is insane what's going on here.
General, if I could, so too, you know, this is right around the time. Remember a few years ago, Puff Daddy was the face of voting. Remember they had him up there going, vote or die, vote or die, vote or die. But we voted and still died while he was up here molesting and doing all kind of evil things to God's chosen people. The same when they put up and puffed up. They died. Give me Luke 16-15 real fast, brother. Yeah, the same when they put up and puffed up like he's somebody special. Let me tell you something. The Lord spoke on men like this here, man. That's why you can't take your entertainers and these politicians to somebody that's really going to do the moral thing or take the moral high ground like how Commander YAHANNA said. And the Lord spoke on men like this and women like this. You got it for me, brother? Kind of sir. Read. The book of Luke, chapter 16 and verse 15. And he said unto them, ye are they which justify yourselves before men.
You justify yourself before men. Go ahead.
Kind of sir. But God knoweth your hearts. For that which is highly esteemed among men.
Say it again.
For that which is highly esteemed among men.
Stop. And the Lord then struck all of them down. From T.D. Jakes, the Creflo Dollar.
Oh, right. T.D. Oh,
yeah,
right.
To all of them, gentlemen.
T.D. I forgot about old T.D. was up in them parties.
To all them cats. What's that cat in Atlanta? Eddie Long? All of them. You esteem, you put these cats on a high pedestal like they really was somebody special. And they was all filthy and dirty rags on the inside. Like the Bible says, you know, outwardly you like a sepulcher. You look good. But inside, you got dead men bones. Those are the ones you put in charge of our people. Those are the ones you put up there like they so esteemed, they so good and special. P. Diddy, you can't make a song without him getting famous. Now you see, really, this cat really was destroying lives. Like the same thing with Eddie Long, same thing with T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar. And guess what? They all partied together. That's the crazy part about it. They all partied together. What's the other cat? Kirk Franklin as well, him too. They all party together. These are the ones you were highly esteemed among men. When God really said they are really, go ahead.
Is abomination in the sight of God.
They really abominations in the sight of the Lord, man. These cats you put up above you, like they somebody special, really don't mean nothing to God. You understand me? These ones they puffed up and put in front of you, they are abomination inside of. And guess what? They weren't, esteemed or upheld by the Lord. Our oppressors put them in that position. Each and every one of them. Put them in that position. Gave me the money. What's that cat name? Creflo Dollar giving kickback to that cat. What's that cat name? Oh, he said it. It's a guy he giving kickback money to. That he got to give money to all the time.
Edomite.
Yeah, it's the Edomite cat. Same with T.D. Jakes. Same with Eddie Long. They all giving kickback money to him. Same with Puff Daddy. Giving kickback to the oppressor. They put them in a position of power, man. And God said they an abomination inside of the Lord. Y'all better take heed to what the Lord is showing you. The Lord is showing you something. And right now, in 2024, they putting something in your faces even more. And they tried it with Obama. And it worked. Y'all all cried, oh, we got a black man in office. Oh, brother. Obama is not a brother. Obama said out his mouth. He went to that slave prison in Africa and said, this place here is a special place for my wife Michelle and her people. That's what he said. Now, fast forward to 2024. They give you Kamala Harris because she went to the HBCU. But yo, she is East Indian. She ain't black. But y'all eat her up like she's a black person because she's brown. It's not a brown skin people on the earth. They ain't same people. Like, you got to stop being simple. And the Lord said the ones you esteem are abominations in the sight of him. You better not forget that, man.
And let me tell you, damn right, give it up. Anybody? Let me tell you something, man. This, if these allegations are true, which most everybody believes them to be true already, but if these allegations are actually true, this is further proof why righteous men have to rule. Like, you reject righteous men when they tell you you can't do certain things. You hate us on the corner. We saying you can't do this. You got to stop doing that. You got to stop living this way, this, that. You hate that. You hate that. You understand? But that's what you need. You need righteous men that understand the Lord to put boundaries around you. And it tells you something else. it tells you that, brother, you cannot put women in charge of anything. You sisters, I know you want to be in charge and power and this and that, but you are a terrible leader. Like, you are a terrible leader. You put straight up disgusting homosexuals in charge of your churches. That's who's in charge of your church. T.D. Jakes, you understand, I mean, is an abomination to God in what he's done. Him, Eddie Long, all of them have been a filthy, disgusting bunch of gangsters. And you saw it when the pandemic came. The pandemic came, really revealed the black church, that it was all a bunch of bull crap. And now here's the problem. Now you got nobody in charge to lead you into the right way. You need prophets of God. You need to understand who you should be turning to. You need to understand that these brothers that are standing on these street corners, that they know what they're talking about. Everybody act like they're an expert on God when you don't know nothing about God. You think sitting in church makes you qualified to understand God. When sitting in church makes you worse than a person that never even been to church. When it comes to understanding the Lord.
Yes, sir.
And it is absolutely necessary now. Look how many babies got destroyed under this gap. If it's true. Look how much filth got exposed if it's true.
Puff Daddy was famous for threatening like gangster rappers. Cats that you look at now like gangster rappers. One cat said Puff Daddy, he noticed I wasn't, I was kind of backed up off of the parties and looking around. He said, yo, gang, what's your problem? He said, man, then they got into a little back and forth. And Puff Daddy told him, he said, man, I could buy your neighborhood and shut the power off and have niggas sitting outside your house for you, man. And then Cat said, I was threatened because I ain't had no weapon on me. And, and so he was scared, you know what I'm saying? And had to back up off him. It's like, there's so many stories, look, allegedly, so many stories like that where he just ruined Cat's lives because they ain't in the program.
Yeah. And all them artists getting, you was gonna say something? And all them artists getting robbed. Every last one of them artists getting robbed. They stealing. I heard recently they said Lil Wayne, that they stole all his money. It's true. They said they stole all the amazing music that cat made over decades, and they said that they stole all his money. Like this place is a mess. It's a damn mess, man. And it's all because of bad leadership, bad, horrible, sellout, traitor leaders, man. That don't know how to carry out a damn thing. I think about them brothers that's killing each other in them gangs in Chicago. I want to know is who's raising up their kids? Where they babies at? Like, is it worth that? Y'all got to find a better way, and we got a better way. Who's taking care of your mama while you locked up? While you dead? Who's taking care of your brothers to make sure they safe when your rivals is coming? And meanwhile, you killing each other because this man done starved you, messed up your homes, and turned you into soldiers against one another. And meanwhile, while all this is going on, he's still collecting billions right on O Block, you understand, from Section 8 rent control. Like the complex still getting rich. The Edomites that own the complex, the so-called Jew, he getting paid hands down. His money ain't short. But everybody else got to kill and murder to keep their money. It's a joke. It's a joke. Next story. What was the other one? I thought we did 20. Okay, we did 6, and we did the Puff Daddy story. All right, let's go.
Putin orders military to boost troop numbers by 180,000 to 1.5 million as Ukraine fighting continues.
Damn. 1.5 million troops? That's a lot of people. He's expecting a long, hard war. He's expecting a long, hard war against these Edomites, which means America is gearing up to go in. Get ready to get drafted. Get ready to get carried off. Get ready for all the nonsense that they're going to try to present to you to get you caught up into this war. This cat that shot at Trump is supposedly mad because of Trump's stance against the Ukraine war. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? He raised that man. Give me some more.
Khan. Russian President Vladimir Putin has ordered the country's military to increase its number of troops by 180,000 to a total of 1.5 million as Moscow's military actions in Ukraine drags on more than 2.5 years. Vladimir Putin on Monday ordered the country's military increase from 180,000 to a total of 1.5 million. Putin's decree, published on the office government website, will take effect December 1st. It sets the overall number of Russian military personnel at nearly 2.4 million, including 1.5 million troops, and orders the government to provide the necessary funding. The previous increase in Russian troops.
That's a lot of troops. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. The previous increase in Russian troop numbers came last December when a decree by Putin set the total number of Russian military personnel at about 2.2 million, including 1.32 million troops. The most capable Russian troops have been pressing an offensive in eastern Ukraine, where they have made incremental by steady gains in the past few months. In June, Putin put the number of troops involved in the Kremlin calls the special military operation in Ukraine at nearly 700,000.
Brother, that is a lot of troops. That's a whole lot of troops. I mean, you could run a whole country with that many troops. That many troops, you plan on running a whole country or several countries with that many troops. And the U.S. ain't made that many great inroads into Ukraine anyway. They holding ground, but the Ukraine, I mean, it's a desert right about now. They done bombed that place to the damn near the stones. I think the U.S. might have one province that they rule. This is biblical prophecy. Ghost Dance, you got it right. Ghost Dance said this place has been a mess from its inception, General, but now judgment is firmly on the neck of the beast. Revelation, the end is imminent. That is so true, brother. Like, these things should encourage us. Should encourage us that Christ's kingdom is coming in, which is what we look for, man. A righteous kingdom, man. It's better to have a righteous kingdom than be in a wicked one like this, where you don't know how the judgment might go. It's going to go according to whoever got enough money to buy somebody the hell off. That's how the judgment goes, man. Who got enough money to pay off somebody or do some other evil. That's how the judgment falls. But Christ's judgment going to reign in this place, man. I can pull scriptures on it, but I know y'all can pull them too. You know what I mean? You got more on that, or that's it? You know what I mean? So once again, that Ezekiel 38 chapter is moving in its right direction to get ready to rock this place out, man. And let me tell you something else about this cat that went and shot at Donald Trump. I said this months ago. I told you that the wars are all going to spill into the United States. And here we are. This is a cat recruiting from Ukraine, but trying to assassinate the former president because he's against the Ukraine war. He ain't saying it, but he wants to end the Ukraine war. And they don't want America to end the Ukraine war. So this Edomite, who's from Hawaii, according to their reports, been trying to recruit Ukrainian soldiers for years. Has failed at them all once again because the way to recruit, anyway, he don't know how to recruit. But anyway, the point is he's been trying to recruit people to go in there and fight for the Ukrainians, and it's failed. And so he decided he would take a shot at the president, so-called ex-president, and try to do something then. And miss that mark. He's been a failure all the way around. He's probably going to kill himself in one of them cells. I told you anyway, any white man over 50 is suspect. These older white men is suspect. They want to kill a nigga before they die. That's the ultimate kill for them. So they suspect anyway. Anybody else chiming in on it? I'll let it go if that's it. That's pretty much the thing in a nutshell. It's biblical prophecy. It's going to happen. They're going to go up in these zones and they're going to make a mess of this world. Go ahead, Doc.
18.
We on 18? 18, fam? 18 it is. That's it. I see 15 in there a couple of times, but 18 in there strong. No, I see more. What you seeing more?
More 15 now, sir.
More 15 than 18? Let's go 15, fam. Y'all want your stories in, you got to come on, step it up. Go ahead,
Come. HBCUs have 16.5 billion impact on U.S. economy. HBCUs also create more than 136,000 jobs, despite chronic underfunding, violent threats against them, and a struggle to recover from the global pandemic. Historical Black colleges and universities continue to thrive and have a multi-billion-dollar impact on their surrounding communities, states, and the nation, according to a new report released by UNFCF, the United Negro College Fund. This 2024 HBCU Economic Impact Report, titled Transforming Futures, the economic engines of the HBCUs, was commissioned by the UNCF, Frederick Patterson's Research Institution, and its comprehensive data-driven analysis highlighting the contributions of the nation's 101 HBCUs make to their students, local communities, and the nation as a whole. It shows that HBCUs have $16.5 billion impact on the United States, creating more than 136,000 jobs and generating $146 billion in lifetime earnings for the collective 51,000 HBCU graduates of 2021.
Now that's some power right there. That's not no power nowhere near Esau's power. The power he got in his universities is way beyond that. He getting all kind of power from inventions. These universities out here own patents and all that. So they taking in billions. But that's still a lot of power. Even with them poor fledgling HBCUs, the question I would have is who's sitting on the board? Whoever's sitting on the board is not about Black people. Whoever's on that board is not about Black people. I guarantee you, in a minute, them HBCUs is going to be filled with every African that comes into this country. They're trying to replace the Africans with you. They're trying to replace you with the Africans anyway, especially in the music industry. I don't know how nobody listens to that bad music. That music is horrible. And they forcing that music on you, trying to get you to attach to that music. You understand? You got more?
That's pretty much it on that one, sir.
Yeah, that's a lot of power. Now, if them HBCUs came together, we could really raise up sons and daughters the right way. Why? Because if we had Black professors in there who was in their right mind, raising up brothers and sisters. We got brothers and sisters that graduate from HBCUs in here that had great experience. Big shout out to Officer Knock and his wife. Both of them graduated. Met, married, graduated, and had 2 kids from an HBCU. Both of them college educated, doing great work in the work of the Lord. Now, that's what we could be doing tons of that. And they came up and grew up without any brainwashing of white people on them. They resisted that because they was in the truth. The right spirit in these HBCUs, all of the greatness in your spirit would rise to the top. You would rise to the top. You would come up. You would gather together. You would involve yourselves in businesses together. You understand? We would move. You would go back to high schools, grade schools. You would do a whole lot to bring Black education where it needed to be, without Black people having to go to white schools and feeling as though they had to, cow down because they into some school with all white people. Like, why would we care about Harvard University when, as long as a Black person graduated from a Black college, they be accepted in the black industry. Like we got to come to a point where we no longer have to be beggars. You know what I mean? We don't no longer have to be beggars based on whatever we do, right or wrong.
He's right, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we have to be a beggar? You get out of college and you got to still beg. You understand? You got to still beg when you should be able to come out in a black college and be able to lead this nation in the way it ought to be led. That's it for me on it. Y'all want to add something? West Philly for Life, 1992. What question mark about? Big shout out to West Philly for Life.
I think they're talking to each other.
Oh, they're talking to one another. Oh, my bad. That it on that? Anybody adding anything else?
General, if I could, would it be powerful is them coming out of HBCUs and bringing that knowledge back into the black community of how it used to be. At one time, we had black doctors up and down in every community. Bring that back. If you really want to show power and authority, you got to bring back what you earned and what you learned into your own community. And listen, everybody else is doing it.
Yes.
The small hats is doing it. Sir.
So, like, real quick, if I could, you had to do it before the Civil Rights Bill. Before the Civil Rights Bill, you wouldn't have got a job as a doctor unless it was working on black patients. Because wasn't no white people letting you do no surgery on them. You wasn't being no dentist in no white neighborhood. You couldn't do any of those top professions. You couldn't be a school teacher in no white school before that movement. And look how it destroyed us. Let me add one more thing. I'll pass it back, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Another thing that was so evil. It was so evil. We had suffered all these years of slavery, got out of slavery, and you forced us to have to live with all these heathens from all over the world. And we got to live with the Chinese, the Japanese, the Arabs. Like, we never had a chance to have our own back. We had to be controlled by the so-called Jew in our music and plays and movies. Like, we never had a chance to be a black people again, a Latino people again. The minute we got out of slavery, all right, you out of slavery, join everybody else. We all love everybody. We love everybody together. Like, damn, when did we have a chance to be us and really bring? We had to force our culture through everybody else's culture. And now everybody else walking around with our culture.
Yes, sir.
We have never had the chance to be who we supposed to be. We always spilled out on the ground to somebody else. But that day is coming where the Lord gonna make us holy. We're gonna be separate from these nations and sit down looking at these other nations, and they ain't gonna cross our path because we're gonna be able to be the great people that we're supposed to be. Only white people could be great. They the only ones could be great. We can't have no greatness among us. Please. Salakia.
Yeah, General. Also, too, you know, we did a story earlier where the mom moved out of the ghetto / hood to a different neighborhood to give a kid a better education, and the kid, you know, the mom got to sue the whole school district now because of what was said to the kid. How about all these graduates from these HBCUs take your knowledge and what you learned and give it back to your people? Why can't we make our schools great again, like how Commander YAHANNA said, to where you ain't got to send your kid out to the suburbs to a school? They can stay right where they at, get a good quality education, you understand, and bring us up to a whole other level, because every nation is doing it except for us. You really want to show our power? You bring what you got back into our neighborhoods. Bring it back amongst you. So you want to bring something out, General?
No, I'll wait till you get.
Yes, sir. That's it, General. That's it.
Give Kyle's a hand if I could. Let me tell you. For time, this is going to come up on everyone's phone all the time. Support black businesses. Support black entrepreneurs. Support this black hair salon. This black, oxtail restaurant. This black place. And every time I see it, every time I hear a solicitation to support black business, I wonder, why don't they at the same time apologize for supporting integration? Because for the life of me, if black businesses are so important and going to black colleges is so important, why did you integrate, which destroyed black colleges and destroyed black businesses? So now I have to be guilt. I have to feel guilty for going to a white restaurant when these people forced me into a white restaurant.
Right.
You know what's important? Social security. Everybody knows what that is, right? That it's important because old people need to depend on this check when they get elderly, right? No one asks you if you're going to give to Social Security. They take the money out your check. They don't ask you, would you like to support Social Security? Do you believe in old people getting money? They take the money from you. Why? Because it's important. If America believed that black businesses, black schools were important, they wouldn't ask you, do you want to go to a white school? They would just force you to go to a black one because then black schools would always get money. Black oxtail restaurants and this Jamaican restaurant would get every dollar because you wouldn't give people an option to go to a different restaurant. That is how it used to be. Now, these same preachers are now going to say, I support black business. Well, then apologize for integration because you were back there. Like those people, you know, who was in, you ever see Martin Luther King, those marches?
Yeah.
Where those kids are getting beat by police officers and German shepherds eating them? Those were college kids. Those kids went to black colleges.
Yes, they did.
And they were in a march trying to destroy their own college. Now, why? Because they were children and they just believed the preacher. They didn't know that this was going to destroy Howard University, destroy Cheney, destroy the black restaurant at their store, destroy the black clothing store. They were college kids. And the preacher on Sunday said, we need integration.
Right.
They went out there and did it. And now their school is gone. So now that same preacher is going to say, we have to support black television. We have to support black restaurants. I will. But you apologize for leading us in the wrong direction.
Yes.
You apologize first. Tell us you were wrong. That's all. Why is that so much to ask? I'm going to go to this new black hair care product store to buy all your hair greases and your black things. But first, you just admit that you gave us wrong advice. Because here's the problem. I'll support black restaurants and black schools, but you have new bad advice you're giving me today.
That's right.
You got something else that now you're going to tell me that I have to support, I have to march for, I have to vote for. And maybe I'll be as dumb as kids were in the 60s and believe you today.
Damn right. Damn right.
So in essence, to even really support black businesses, you have to be against integration.
I don't know what the hell else we're talking about.
That's right.
Right, because it's all on my phone, my y'all. You're evil if you don't go to a black restaurant. You're wrong. You're not supporting black people. Well, why aren't they evil for telling us to integrate? Why aren't those people wicked? Because they drove business away from the black community in Los Angeles, in Chicago. You think of Chicago, what Commander YAHANNA is saying. Chicago was thriving. Everybody from Mississippi walked to Chicago. They just went north.
Yep.
They went north and were thriving in Detroit, thriving in Chicago, thriving in Philadelphia, St. Louis. Then some preacher on Sunday said, God wants integration. God doesn't want you to just go to this store. God wants you to be able to go to, what's the big stores up north, sir, back in the day? J.C. Penney. Some shit gone now.
Gimbal.
Yeah, Gimbal.
Macy's.
God wants you in Macy's and Gimbals. And college kids said, okay, you're the reverend, you're the preacher. And they marched to destroy their own store, their own college.
Little did they know.
So fine. Here I go. I'm going to the black college. I'm eating all the Jamaican restaurants. I'm going to the black clothing store. But I want you to say you were wrong. You led us wrong so that I don't listen to you next time.
That's right.
So lucky, sir.
Damn right. Give it up. Oh, y'all on the game with the vote now, huh? All right. What we got? I Bob, what we doing?
We got 3 for 11 and 3 for 10.
3 for 11 and 3 for 10. Who's gonna break the tiebreaker? Bang! 11 is up. 11 went up 3 times. Go for 11. 11 it is. You got it. You died.
Comic-Con, sir.
And if the okay, go ahead.
Comic-Con, sir. So lucky.
I don't know how y'all got in here the day after that Hebrew Academy. I expected to be in here by ourselves. Yo. Man, y'all held it down, boy. Y'all ain't playing.
Comic-Con. Carrying a child. Carrying a child that already died. Atlanta hospital staff ate a meal and ignored black pregnant woman while she bled for 2 hours, leading to her baby's death, lawsuit says.
Read that again.
Khan. Carrying a child that already died. Atlanta hospital staff ate a meal and ignored black pregnant woman while she bled for 2 hours, leading to her baby's death, lawsuit says.
But I don't understand if the baby had already died. How is it that the baby bled to death? Go ahead, Marah. She died?
They allowed her to bleed, and because she bled so much, the baby
caused the death of the baby.
But that's not what that headline said. Read that headline again you just read.
Khan. Carrying a child that already died.
Carrying a child that already died.
Khan. Atlanta hospital staff ate a meal and ignored black pregnant woman while she bled for 2 hours, leading to her baby's death.
Read the story, because that sounds different to me. I could be wrong. Go ahead.
Khan. A black woman and her husband are suing a hospital run by Emory University in Atlanta for medical malpractice, claiming she was denied emergency care there for 2 hours, leading to the death of her unborn son.
Keep going.
Khan, sir. Atlanta residents Crystal Beeling and Joshua McCurry filed a lawsuit in Fulton County State Court on August 22nd, claiming gross negligence by doctors, nurses, and other staff of Emory University Hospital Midtown, who they said ignored the severe medical crisis that the 38 weeks pregnant Beeling was experienced when she staggered into their emergency room into their emergency room 2 years ago. According to her complaint, Beeling felt sharp contractions and severe pain while showering in her home around 8 p.m. August 22nd, 2022, and crawled out of the bathroom unable to walk upright. She was bleeding from her vaginal area and having trouble breathing. And McCurry drove her to Emory University Midtown Hospital around 9:30 p.m. The lawsuit alleges that the couple informed at least 5 employees in the ER of her condition, which included severe pain in her stomach area, heavy vaginal bleeding, and nausea, and requested immediate medical attention. The hospital staff then ignored her for 20 minutes until Beeling was asked to complete intake forms, which were signed at 10:02 p.m. Beeling endured immense pain and stress as she waited and twice vomited in view of hospital staff who continued to provide no care, she claims. She was then taken to the maternity emergency waiting room in a wheelchair and placed along a hallway against a wall where a hospital employee told her she had not yet been treated because a shift change was about to take place and no beds were available. She observed a new group of 3 or 4 employees take their positions in the maternity ER waiting room who failed to offer her any treatment, examination, aid, or evaluation to her. One employee ate a meal, and when she asked when she would get medical attention, another said dismissively, "Someone has already talked to you about that." While the hospital staff continued to ignore her, Beeling noticed that her unborn son's previously vigorous kicking became less frantic and soon stopped altogether.
They should go to jail.
Yeah, that's murder.
They should go to jail. Unfortunately, that's how they operated with it when it comes to us. They should go to jail because those staff, when they switching shifts, they supposed to overlap. They're supposed to overlap so that there's always staff ready. You know what I'm saying? And you got to, the way a hospital is supposed to run, without good management, the staff is not going, they're going to be slack. That sister sitting up in there bleeding from her vaginal area and pregnant. Any pregnant woman, any pregnant woman coming into the hospital, it's already supposed to be a heightened alert situation. Because you got a baby in her that could pass away. It's supposed to be a heightened situation. How they sit there and just let her bleed to death is the state of this place. And once again, okay, if you've been around for a little while, you know that it was a time when healthcare was way better than it is now. They can say what the hell they want to say. It was never like this in this country, where the healthcare system is constantly overwhelmed. The Obamacare was supposed to fix that, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
The Obamacare was supposed to fix all of that. That Hamite put the Obamacare in. Republicans came up against it. Nothing is fixed. A little more payments going to Wall Street, but people still suffering what they suffer. The hell you go in the hospital, you pregnant. A baby's in this woman. You know it's an issue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The triage nurse who sees you first is supposed to ask you some questions. You bleeding from the vagina and you got pregnant? That's a stat 1 emergency. They're supposed to take her in and make sure she's fine. But of course, who knows what goes on in these hospitals? And once again, because of the racism of the devil, you understand, we never get considered. Let me tell you something. Black people, Latino people, Native Indian people. You had better learn how to love your own. You don't have a damn thing in this kingdom because you don't love your own. Christ said this, they shall know you're my disciple because you love one another. You better learn how to love your own again. You hate the hell out of your own. Black people hate, don't nobody hate black people more than black people. Don't nobody hate Latino people more than Latino people. You outdo the white man. The scripture said what? You'll become more wicked than the wicked. We hate our people. When we got to learn how to have compassion for ours. They have it for themselves. They always in the back room helping out another Edomite and not helping you out. They always giving another Edomite the upper hand and not you. They rule the whole kingdom, but they operate like somebody under the gun. Come on, man, I'm gonna hook you up. Go in there and put your application in now before the niggas find out about it. They act like they under the gun when they rule in the kingdom. And look out for each other in that manner. They should go to jail for that, man. And the people should be, and it should be a lawsuit, man.
Yeah, right, sir.
Can I say one thing,
please,
sir?
Joe?
If I could. Now, just remember this when everyone tells you that black doctors and black airplane pilots and black business people are only there because of affirmative action.
Right.
White doctors receive affirmative action. Do you understand? There's people that have become doctors who are immoral, who have no compassion. But because they're white, their professors, their bosses excuse their flaws. Do you know what's happening right now in the medical field, sir? Black people are constantly complaining who have sickle cell that they can't get pain medication. Black people are complaining. Black women are dying more than in a third world country because white doctors don't think that they're in an emergency when they go to the hospital. White doctors are cruel, but they're white. So they were able to get through med school, get a job, get through pre-med, get through internship, because their whiteness made everyone ignore their flaws. That's affirmative action. Can you imagine what a black doctor had to go through? A black doctor had to get through him. That was his professor. This same doctor that won't give you medicine because you're black. That white doctor was who he had to learn from and who he had to get through to become a doctor. Black doctors must be the best doctors. Black business people must be the best because the whole system hates them. And yet there they are. Marah, you had your hand up.
No, lost.
Okay. Can you tell me, imagine being a doctor who hates black people and you still get a job. You still are hired. You still are some bigwig doctor when you've had this flaw since high school. Everyone knew it. Imagine being a judge. We did a story last week, sir, where a judge is on the appellate court of some state and said, I'm a new racist. I'm a new racist.
I remember, right.
I hate black people.
Yes.
That woman, that flaw in her has been ignored.
Yeah.
That's white privilege. That's affirmative action. And guess, brother, how are y'all shot? Now, imagine trying to get this judge to sign paperwork for you to become a judge.
Jesus Christ.
You think she's signing it?
Hell no.
I guess the only way she would sign it is if she had no choice.
That's
You
right.
have to be so stellar an attorney that she said, I'm a new racist. But this cat has straight A's, A+. He's done everything. I would like to exclude him, but his record is so stellar, I will look like a racist if I don't promote him. That's the only way you could become a judge.
Yeah.
You have to be so great that the racist white judges couldn't exclude your application. White people, white professionals, they receive affirmative action. That's how they get to become doctors with no compassion, with no bedside manner, with no mercy. How in the hell do you even do it? How don't you get excluded in med school when they test you and give you a psychological test and see that you don't like black people?
Right.
But somehow you still get the job. You white people receive affirmative action. That's the only way you can make it. Blacks and Hispanics, you're making it against the system, against a rigged system. So you must be the best.
Damn right.
Salaki, sir.
Damn right.
Damn right, man.
Damn right. Where we going next? You was gonna say something, Mariah? You good? All right. 10 is on deck, fam. Let's go to 10.
Khan, you wasn't hacked. Shannon Sharp blames hacker for wild Instagram sex scandal caught on video, but fans are not convinced.
I can explain this one if you want, sir.
I know this right down your house.
It's right where I live.
Wait, can I just bring out one part? Okay, now y'all got to help me with this.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I shouldn't even bring it up. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna leave it alone. Go ahead.
If I could, this is Shannon Sharp. Yediah describes all this to me, breaks the whole thing down to me. If you don't mind, I'd pass it to him.
Come on, Yediah.
Go ahead, Yediah.
Khan. So initially, Shannon Sharp got caught, on Instagram Live, and initially he was saying that he was hacked, and nobody believed it because, just from, I could do a demonstration just on Instagram. You have to do 4 to 5 steps to go live on Instagram. It's not like TikTok or Facebook where, it's a 1-2 step process. Instagram, if you don't even have a good connection, they won't even ask you. You know what I mean? They'll ask you, do you still want to proceed? Do you still want to go live? Or you won't go live until you have a strong connection.
So we know that it wasn't fake.
It was not.
And it was done on purpose.
Before we get to the hack, because originally I didn't know I had hit record or something. And this happened. It wasn't a hack. Didn't he say he did it, but it was a mistake or something?
But I think he admitted later. Didn't he admit later?
If I could, sir. First he said it was a hack.
Right.
Then of course it blew up, and then he said it wasn't a hack. It was by mistake. He threw his phone on the bed.
Okay.
Right.
Somehow from throwing it on the bed, the thing went live. And then he just went with it, and now he's selling pills for erections.
Oh Lord.
He's selling them right now online.
Well,
you can buy erection pills that happened because of a mistake, Maya. The story is Yediah broke down. Then he has a stylist or hairstylist.
Khan.
He has a stylist that's clearly a member of the LGBT community. He used to take him to basketball games all the time. The stylist is angry at him, saying what, Yediah?
Khan. The stylist is upset. You know what I mean? It's a lot.
Come on, go ahead.
The stylist is very bitter and jealous, sir.
Jealous that this happened. What did the stylist say?
Okay, the stylist, you know what I mean, is openly, it's an open sodomite, and wants Shannon Sharp to just come out there in the open. And to confirm this, even I watched the entire live stream. His co-host Chad Johnson said out of his own mouth that, oh, I'm just glad that it was a Michelle you got caught with and not a Michael.
And what did he say?
He just laughed and said, well, you know, Ocho, you know how it is. I be telling you, I be putting it down. He didn't even address what Chad said.
Let me tell you something about it. Okay, this was a good stunt. He gonna sell some good T-shirts and some erection pills, and it's a stunt because that's what he does. But what I want to know, and I just couldn't understand, is y'all tell me if I'm wrong. But what he was saying to the broad in the tape, okay, I could be wrong, but that ain't how I finesse a women. It sounded like almost like a raping to me. Like, is that normal or is that maybe among Judites it's a normal thing?
I think I can.
I haven't heard it. Can I hear what he said?
Okay, but his vernacular, all of that sounded very weird to me, and definitely sounded like a sodomite to me. Well, I mean, am I wrong? Wait, let me just, if you don't mind, let me just hear from you, Diane. Get me right if I'm off.
No,
I like to be right.
If I could, sir, you are absolutely correct.
The what?
It's
right.
Because it was weird. He was talking to her. It looked like it was a raping.
It was okay. That whole calling her Michelle, that I don't know what that is. Like, say, Michelle, you gonna get it, Michelle. That, you know what it was?
The whole don't run from me.
Yeah.
Listen, it sounded like an assault, like to me.
Yeah.
Now, it's just me. I puts the butter on it. When I come right. I don't got to say, come here, don't run from me. You have that shit sounded weird as hell.
I'll tell you exactly what it sounded like. Someone staging sex.
That's what
like if you were not having real sex,
or you don't have sex with women at all,
and so you're making a theatric sex.
Yes.
Come here, Michelle. Let me give it to you. Don't you run. You know the type of nigga I am. That's a movie.
Yes.
Like it's not actual sex, but it is in movies and sexual movies.
Yes.
And so he's trying to make a theatrical version of sex because it's for Instagram.
It was. And was it? I didn't see the video. I only heard the audio.
That's all it was.
That's all it was?
Yeah.
Because he's a sodomite. Yeah. Okay. That was a nice try. You're going to sell some erection pills. But that cat right there is a horrible sodomite.
Yeah.
And probably never had sex with women at all. Because that tape was not a cat that had sex with women. At least it sounded to me. Now, y'all sisters out there in the comments that have heard this, please get me right.
I'll tell you some bigger proof. You die, just put it up on the screen. No man who is not a sodomite.
Go back. Can you pull that picture back up with him? That's the guy that's upset, correct? This guy right here.
That's the guy right there.
To the right.
Yeah. No one would take him to a game if you want a sodomite. No man who is not a sodomite would go with him to a game.
Right. Like that right there.
Who would do that?
And let me tell you something, Mark. He strikes me. I ain't saying he is, but he strikes me like a child molester. This cat right here. Like he's with this little, that looks like I could be wrong too, but that looks like a young boy. That is so Roman. Yeah. So Roman to molest a young boy. You understand? Yeah. Like that's what that looks like. Yeah. That is weird.
Somebody said, did he say I want to dip my celery in your ranch?
Somebody in the comments said he said that.
I didn't hear that. It's a movie. I did not hear that, Maya. If that's on there, then that's ridiculous.
Like that is not how men.
No.
You know, man.
I'm gonna put my carrot in your soup.
Like that's a sicko right there. You know, man. Like. You know what I'm saying? Just come on out and say you're a sodomite. That's all. You know what I mean? But I'll give him this much. I'm thankful to the black community that sodomites are still scared to come all the way out and promote that nonsense because despite how much America loves it and how much America wants our men and boys to be homosexual, it is the death of us to have black men as homosexuals. It is the death of us. Black men being homosexuals is why our sons are shooting and killing in the streets. Black men being homosexuals is why our families are broken and there's nobody to take care of our women. Black men being destroyed like this is why the churches get rich while the rest of the black community gets poor. Men with this kind of attitude is the reason that we never make good decisions for ourselves as a people. To be like, you can't be a people without men, masculine men. How could you ever be a people without masculine men? And this place wants to take away masculine men, wants to make masculine men a thing of the past so they can bring in a sodomite spirit. And so there'd be no men to stand up and come together and lead black men out of their situations. Go ahead,
I was going to
black
say,
and Latino, so like a Native Indian. Go ahead.
Oh, Kyle, I was going to say, sir, what you saying is so heavy, sir. Another point, too, with Shannon Sharpe that is interesting. He has 3 children. Now, all 3 of his kids were born in 92. 3 different women pregnant. And sodomites do this. Like, my rib confessed to me that her uncle is estranged from her and her father's side because he came out like 2-3 years ago as a sodomite. Devastated his wife, devastated his son. You know, I've heard this in the past with a few members of my family on my mother's side where an uncle will do that. He'll go out and have kids and then won't have no more children. Then he'll go live his sodomite down low lifestyle on the side.
Yes, and that was born in the black church. And let me tell you something else too, man. What you said, give it up for your dad. That was a good point. Let me tell you something else too, man. That's so evil, man. This whole thing about sodomy, like, we've been shamed into speaking up against this sodomy. This sodomy this homosexuality is an abomination to the Lord. You understand? I don't care what they say out there. And not only that, man, what Yediah is saying is so heavy in that these sodomites have permeated into the community and they destroying black women. They hate black women. They want to be a woman. They certainly don't want a woman. They want to replace that woman. So they don't want her to be the best woman she could be. And I applaud the sisters who've been pushing back. They done caught on to them sodomites. And they see that these sodomites want to replace them. And they decided they're not having that garbage. And they bucking up against it. God already gave us the way it's supposed to be, man. Don't let these people do this to us. They turning all our sons into sight. Everywhere you hear about it. And let me tell you what else they did. They've empowered sodomites to molest our sons. Now, that football coach that would be scared to approach your son, he ain't around, you ain't around, he talking to your son, putting his arm on his shoulder. He ain't afraid no more. And that's what they want. They want him to feel free. You could be this, you could be that, when really that's what's really going on. And not only that, they're spending so much money on these sodomites to make them look like a woman, because a ton of these solid sodomites are sexual deviants. And they don't want a gay man. They want a straight man. You understand? The prize for them is to get a straight man to have sex with them. It's damn near like a psychological validation that they're a woman. Because why then don't you go in the gay community and get gay men? Since you believe and you love men, you into men, then why you don't go in the gay community and get men? Why are we hearing these stories all the time about a straight man finding out when he get back to the hotel that you really a man and shooting you in the face? We hearing that because a lot of homosexuals want straight men. To show you how much of a deviant you are, how much of a foul person you are. You really want to trick a man into having sex with you so you could feel empowered. That's a demon, man. That's a horrible demon on you. And brother, that's what got to come out of here. Go ahead,
if I can. Years ago, you know Salt and Pepper, right? The rap female. Pepper had a daughter named Egypt, right? By Tretch, and she married some young, this years ago, married some cat who admitted to her and admitted to all of them that he had sex with transvestites before her, right? Now his excuse was, I was halfway in when I noticed them balls and rod. That's his excuse. He didn't say he stopped though. You know what I'm saying? And they asked him, they said, well, would you do it again? I mean, we kind of confused that, why you bringing this out? Would you do it again? He said, well, I'm married. I'm married to Egypt now. He said, but if you wasn't married, would you do it again? He said, I live my life. Look, I live my life. And that was that.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? He got a molested vibe too. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. He's passing it on. And it's destroying us as a group, as a people. is destroying us. You're going to have no men left after a while. After a while, where's the men going to have to be? And knowing Esau, he'll eventually have the black sodomites come after the straight men, just like they did with Lot. When the angels came to get Lot out of Sodom and Gomorrah. They came after the angels because, of course, they want everybody to, that demon of homosexuality wants everybody to accept homosexuality. You hear sodomites say this all the time. Oh, every man will take it on. You know, if given the opportunity, every man will not. Every man will not. But they believe that in their mind. That's the brainwashing. The brainwashing is they got a mindset that if you try it, you like it. No, everybody ain't trying to try it. It's an abomination to the Lord. Some people want to be holy in this world. Some righteous in this world. Some people are trying to escape their sin and turn back to the Father. And the Lord gonna punish America for pushing this on us, man. They pushing this on us heavy. And they did it with Obama in the White House. They waited till they had a brown-skinned president in the White House to dump this on us. And you dumbass broad sitting in them churches, you all for it. You're a demonic broad anyway. Those you sitting in, you hate a man of masculinity. You hate him. You in them churches coming together trying to take the soul out of black men, Latino men and Native Indian men. And you so stupid because you don't know how much you need it. You have no goddamn clue how much you need strong men in this time. When war breaks out in these streets, you're going to be the most sorriest piece of garbage there is. That's why the Lord says 7 women will take hold of 1 man and say we will eat our own bread and wear our own clothes. Just let us be called by that name. Because a woman in that day that's an old hard-headed, wretched, sodomite-loving piece of garbage, in that day, you are going to be seen. You're going to shine like a light bulb because everybody going to know that you's a wicked-ass broad who has no respect for men, and now you need men to stand up and fight and be righteous and put down the evil that's coming to your neighborhood, man. Salakia. I'm done. I think we over the time anyway, right? All right, so we're going to wrap it up on this one right here, man. Big shout out to the heavy hitting crew up here in the building. General Muhammad, give it up. General Hazayan, General Malakala, give it up, Salaki. General Hazayan, give it up. Officer Marah, Officer Yediah, Officer Ibar, Officer Mathumya, New York in the house, Officer Aisha Ya'al, I'm getting it, Aisha Ya'al. Aisha Ya'al in the building down from New York. Hey, man, pay your tithes. Go to isubk.com. Pay your tithes and support the truth. I'll see y'all next time live on the UPK fam.
But fix our nation, and we crucified him. Right. We did him worse than all. You come to do the Lord's work, this is about warfare. Right. Brotherhood is warfare. Right. You're fighting for brotherhood. You won't just get it. Come on with it.
God. Verse 2, set thy heart aright.
Set your heart right, man. I'm telling you something, and this is very important what I'm about to say to you. You listen to me good. In these classes, you're going to get in this Hebrew Academy. And in the near future, and some of you who have gone through classes before, you are going to literally learn every moral right thing that God wants of you. It ain't nothing going to be held from you. You're going to learn about the moral law, the dietary law. You're going to learn about every rule, every regulation, every prophecy that there is to learn in these scriptures. Now, you got a problem after you learn. You're going to have a big problem. You know what your problem is going to be? Your problem is going to be keeping it. Right. Your problem is going to be, can Satan take it? You're going to be in the game with us. You get it? Satan wants it. You get it? He wants to take it down. Do not ever forget that these morals, these rules, these things that you are taught, you make sure that you set your heart aright
to never turn from them. Whatever you did in the world, I guarantee you it's coming back looking for you. And once you back, it had you once, it's convincing to have you again. You got to make sure that don't happen. You got to make sure you're not broken under this thing. Couple more, y'all, and I'm going to let y'all go. Come on with it.
Come on, God. And constantly endure.
And what?
And constantly endure.
And constantly endure.
Right.
Constantly endure. I've been down 40 years. I'm full of energy. I'm an old head. Still, I'm crispy. I want more. Muhammad be scarred me down. I told the brothers, put a little extra step on the podium and thing like, General, can I help you? Oh, you done now. They would treat me like I was a senior citizen. I started to stab somebody just to let them know I'm still here. I said, I bet not. They might have me in practice. No, man, I'm greasy in this work. After 40 deep. You know why? Because I see what the world got for me. Not a goddamn thing. And it certainly doesn't have brotherhood. Right. You want to find brotherhood, it's in the UPK. That's right or wrong, Jeff. That's what you're going to have to find. Right or wrong, General? That's right. Let's go.
Color card. And make not haste in time of trouble.
When that trouble comes, don't run, man. Don't be a bitch because trouble comes. Trouble comes, stand up in that fire and trust the Most High. It's coming. Stand up in it when it comes, and you'll build something amazing. Go ahead,
Verse 3, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
You see that? I lived that many times over. I lived it, and so have many other brothers. Cleave to the Most High, that at your end, you're going to get that increase. You might go down for a minute, but at the end, you're going to be back up. Right? Right. But if you run from the adversity, then you're going to fail. You're going to fail as a man, you're going to fail as a prophet, and you're going to fail the Lord. And of course, you're going to fail the brotherhood. Don't be a failure.